Hi, my name is Damon Camming. I'm a clinician here at UCH. I'm a consultant anaesthetist, and I'm also a patient here at UCH. One of my main challenges, both as a clinician and as a patient, is being able to connect with the hospital before my operation. One of the things that's important is blood pressure, and I'm a doctor, and despite being a doctor, I have white coat hypertension. So being able to get an accurate blood pressure is very important. And imagine with a patient portal, the patient being able to measure their own blood pressure at home while they're calm and relaxed. My other challenge is being able to connect with patients after their surgery and to be able to work out the patient-reported outcome measures, which are difficult to collect. Imagine the patient being able to collect their own reported outcome measures and feedback to the clinician with their own phone using a patient portal while they're recovering in the comfort of their own home.
Currently, we have a system where we have to use multiple web pages, apps and databases to be able to provide medication to the patients. We also don't have a fully effective integrated clinical decision support software. We have to look on different web pages and apps, etc., to get dosing guidelines, check if it's formulary, make sure we're following the antibiotic guidelines. And currently, we're not paperless. If a patient moves between A&E up into the tower, they need to go from paper onto electronic systems. Additionally, when they then move on to ITU potentially and back again, they're different systems that don't talk to each other, and there's a transcribing process in between those. So imagine in the future if we have Epic as a closed-loop system with fully integrated services. So when your patient comes into hospital, you have access to all of the information that you need. It's a closed-loop system, so when you're supplying the medication, you're not jumping between different platforms. When a doctor goes to prescribe a medication, you have sufficient clinical support data that's on the system already that gives them access to the guidelines, to the dosing information, to our microguides, etc., so that it's all there in one system ready. And if the patient does have to move around the hospital and go to intensive care, etc., and back again, there's no need to transcribe. It's already in that one system. It would be a much safer, more efficient system and much better for patient care.
Currently, one of the main issues we have is the time that it takes to identify suitable clinical trial patients. Currently, all of the information is stored in a number of different locations in the paper medical records and then on a number of different electronic systems around the trust. So in order to identify patients who may be eligible to take part in a clinical trial, the research team need to manually go through all of the paper notes and note down anything that might be relevant with regards to inclusion-exclusion criteria, and then also check against a number of different electronic records. Our other alternative is to send a research nurse into the MDT to listen to the patients who are being discussed. And this often means at least 3 hours sitting in an MDT, listening to a full discussion, just to identify maybe 1 or 2 patients who might be able to go on and be approached about clinical trial participation. Wouldn't it be great if we were able to access all of the relevant information about our patients in one location, minimise the time that it takes to identify suitable patients and get more and more patients onto clinical trials each year?
So, as a hematology consultant here at UCLH, it's great to work in an organization when we're always trying to continuously improve ourselves on how we can treat our patients so much better. But one thing that is really frustrating is that we can't get hold of the data to show us how well we are doing. How safe is the care that I'm delivering? Am I doing the right kind of diagnostics? Is there anything that I can improve? But in the post-EHRS world, when things are now digitized and when information is freed from the trap of paper, we can finally be armed with the information that we can use to help shape redesigning our services going forward.